I can tell by the look in your eyes that you are this close to burning out. So this episode is dedicated to helping you reel it back and get some game-changing tools to help you avoid burnout. I'm Siobhan Elise, and welcome back to your favorite entrepreneurial wellness podcast, GameChangers X Pod, where we go beyond the practical steps of business and into what it's really like to be an entrepreneur. When I started GameChangers podcast, I started with the intention to create more transparency in the space of entrepreneurship because it just wasn't there. I'm here in Miami, the city of the glitz and the glam, and I have so many amazing friends who are doing great things in a various amount of fields. But there was a time when I felt like our conversations were just surface level, and none of us were really being honest about what was happening in our lives, in our business, and how we were just coping with it all. So I think that we needed a sacred space. And in true creator fashion, I created GameChangers X Pod. So this one is dedicated to those who are in the in-between. And when I say in the in-between, I mean those who know that they are an entrepreneur at heart. You may be running your business on the side while you're still working a full-time job, juggling a social life, family, husband, kids, wife, the works. It's okay if you're not a full-time entrepreneur just yet. We understand how much risk it takes to really commit to it, and we also understand the reality of the times we live in. Times are hard, things are expensive, and we all have responsibilities that we cannot neglect, right? So how do we manage it all? When you're in that space and you're working a full-time job and you're juggling real life and starting a brand new business, it is almost impossible to see how you're going to maintain this for the next 10 to 15 years, right? Well, hopefully, you won't need your job and things will smooth out. But in the meantime, in between time, I've got some game-changing tools to make it just a little bit easier for you, right? So we've had many guests come on here and share the value they found in mentorship. And again, all of us may not be full-time entrepreneurs just yet. And realistically, maybe a mentor is like kind of not in your budget, just being honest, right? But they're so valuable. They're so valuable to have another pair of eyes, just hear your idea or look at the way you're operating and just give you that clean, clear, unbiased, experienced perspective on what we can be doing to improve the works. I actually recently scheduled a call with my new mentor about a new business idea that I had. And I thought I was so prepared, so ready. You know, it's me, round two. I have a little experience under my belt. I had outlined everything. I had the full vision for the business, except one small, vital thing that my mentor pointed out. He said, "That sounds amazing, but have you asked your audience what it is they actually need?" You see, sometimes we get an idea, we think we know everything about the space, we think we know what the space is missing, and we've got the solution, and we just run with it without even talking to our future customers. That was something that could have cost me a lot of money. Think about it. Building out the structure, getting inventory, marketing, all the trinkets and whistles that go into starting a business, and I haven't even gotten to know my customer. And I'm so grateful for that conversation because it definitely pointed me in the right direction. And I want you guys to know that even if you may not think mentorship is within your budget right now. There is a website called score.com that actually offers free mentorship. That's gem number one. I had been searching for years, for a good mentor. And when I found this website, I almost jumped out of my skin because I couldn't believe it, but it is real. There are thousands of different mentors from all walks of life, experienced, who are really doing this out of the goodness of their heart. They just want to give back. So if you're in a place where you could really use that extra pair of eyes, that extra expertise, I would definitely recommend writing down score.com and scheduling an appointment with your mentor. And this is not a sponsorship. This is not an ad. I found so much value in that, and I feel like you will too. So definitely know that this is the honest review. So another thing that helps us kind of avoid burnout is tools. Tools. So I'm a 90s baby, and I still got a lot of old school in me. I want to do everything the long way. I love to work with my hands. And as much joy as I find in being hands-on in every aspect of my business, it is a surefire way to lead to burnout. So I find that leaning on AI, it's actually been a super game changer for me. When it comes to editing these clips, I used to do them each by hand. It would take me 2-3 hours to just get one clip. Could you imagine doing that every day? You're gonna get exhausted. And I found platforms that will do it for you in just like a few minutes. And not only will they create the clips, it looks super crisp, professional, all the captions. And my favorite feature is the virality score. So it even tells you what are the chances of a clip going viral based on the keywords that they pull from it. Like, we are working smart, not hard. So one of my favorite platforms to use for my editing is Opus Clip. OPUS Clip. I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Check it out. It's only $20 a month. What's $20 for so many hours of your time, right? It's all about time. Having that time, buying back that time. And especially when we're in that middle ground where we're not fully free just yet, it is so important to maximize our time and how we use it. Like for me, I'm a creative. That's my strong suit. So I try to automate and minimize as many tasks as possible so I can have that free mental space to come up with ideas and visions. That's where I shine. That's what makes the most impact in any venture. So it's important for you to identify what it is that you're strongest at and create an environment where you can spend majority of your time doing that thing. And everything else can be delegated or automated or even eliminated if it's not that important. And for businesses who really need hands on deck, I know everyone's business is different. Everyone is not in the digital space. So if you're someone who needs hands on deck, you could be making pastries, you could be selling merchandise, you need some hands in the warehouse, you can be in fashion production, whatever it is. Have you ever reached out to your local universities? Because there are lots of schools where an internship is a part of their course load. And so you have thousands of students, maybe even millions of students in all type of different, what do they call them in school? Majors, who actually need some real world experience. think about how you're helping them build their resume by having these students work for your company as an intern. I always share how I reached out to Miami-Dade, and I got 2 incredible interns to run my social media because I didn't have the time, but the need was still there. And those girls came in with fresh eyes, and they were young, and it just popped. Like, that was how we landed our first feature in British Vogue, when they were managing my social media. So just understand, like, how much value there is in just delegating, especially if it's something that you're not that great at. Operate in our strengths. Put our time there. Delegate, automate, or delete everything else. Oh, man. I feel you. These are trying times. And you may be in this space where this whole entrepreneurship thing is just not what it was cracked up to be. The world can be so heavy at times. And then these moments when we feel like we're just on the brink of breakdown, I think what it really means is we're on the brink of breakthrough. I'll share a personal story. Lately, I have been feeling so burned out. At the beginning of the year, y'all, like, that is crazy. And it's just because, I'm going so hard and I'm stretched so thin. And sometimes I feel like I don't even know why. And I realized why I was feeling this way. It's because God is calling me to a next level of relationship with him. He's requiring me to spend more quality time in his word, in his community. And it's not something that I'm going to be able to do without. Because as he elevates us and we feel those pressures, without him, we will fall. Without him, we might get crushed. So it's always so important to remember whose call we answered. And whenever we feel like we can't do it anymore, or whenever we feel like we don't know why, or just kind of lose our fizz, he's so right there. And he'll give us provision, and he'll give us strength and power. Lord knows I have been hitting so many little annoying roadblocks. When I know that we are on the cusp of something good. And those little roadblocks are just enough to just almost make you want to quit when you're already at your peak. So use these tools, guys. Check out score.com, get you a mentor, help you put the pieces together. If you are in the creator space, go ahead, get you some platforms that can help with your editing, that can automate your posting schedule. Like, they have these things out there. ChatGPT is my new best friend. It can come up with emails for you, templates. Like, we don't have to do everything by hand. And I know that we trust ourselves more than anyone or anything else. But if we're going to create something big, something with a lasting legacy, it's time to start thinking big. And that's the first place to start. So, again, on February 17th, we are having our first live event. And I'm so excited to really meet y'all. I want to get in y'all business, okay? There are always networking events going on, but never one created like this. in a space where you know everyone here really wants to see you win, whether we know you or not. We really want to see you win. We want to know where you're at. We want you to be vulnerable, share. I'm going to share things. You're going to get so much value from what my speakers and I cover. Beyond the hustle, all about shifting your mindset into that next level of thinking. And I'm excited. So if you haven't already, I think we have some tickets left on bossnationapp.com. Go ahead and reserve your spot so that you can make sure you do not miss this. I don't know if we're going to have another one. So this is your chance. I will see y'all there. And for those who are not in the States and can't make it to Miami, I will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining. Bye.